I know all of you love to dance, but have you tried fighting? So today I'm going to be teaching you some basic self-defense techniques, but before I start doing that, let me give you a brief about my journey. You see, when I was a kid, I was known for being stubborn, competitive, troublemaker, and a fighter. I used to get so angry when I see injustice in the world. Injustice like violence against women, gender inequality, poverty, war, and much more. I saw things that I never understood why it's happening. I always had questions, but no answers. I grew up teaching myself how to be independent and strong from inside and outside. Therefore, I have joined Taekwondo when I was so young and decided to stand up for myself. Every time I went out to play with other boys in the streets, they used to throw rocks at me and chase me until I leave the area and never come back. Of course, I was stubborn, right? I always come back. And I knew that I'll face more and more troubles. I was called a troublemaker just because I was fighting the unusual in society. You see, I was raised by a system, a regime called culture. Everyone here is raised by the same system and regime in their countries. When you are born, they decide your name, your gender, your favorite color, which is pink for girls and blue for boys. Why do I have to love the color pink? Because I'm a girl. And that's how the system works. They decide your life, your education, your career path, and your future partner. But once you are different, once you say, no, I will not accept this, get ready for war, for a fight in society. Fight starting with yourself, then your parents, I'm sure of that, then yourself again, then maybe your friends, your boss, and that's called society. You either learn how to fight because you are about to live a life of challenges, or quit and follow their system. You see, fighting was not a choice for me. I was born to fight. I even got better with time. God and life hired me to do this job on earth, to impact and save people's lives. You have to find the reason of your existence. Once you find it, you find peace. In 2004, back at the university, a friend of mine, her name is Sarah, got beaten up badly by her brother and father. She came to university once with all bruises on her face and shoulders. So I got worried, and I asked her, what's wrong? But she never answered. Until one day she told me that she has been beaten up. And I told her, why don't you do something? Why don't you report to the police or defend yourself? She said, Lina, there's nothing I can do. I understand that Sarah at that moment felt weak and powerless, but I never believed that women are weak. In fact, I always believe that women are so strong and can change the world to a better place. They just don't know it yet. Since I have a background in martial arts, I decided to stand up for women. I decided to train women how to defend themselves from different types of violence, to empower them, to have a voice, to become leaders, change makers, and influencers. After Sarah's incident, I started training women self-defense at the basement of my house. With time, I got many girls interested in the training that I had to start my own self-defense studio. In 2012, I started SheFighter, the first and only self-defense studio for women in Jordan and the Middle East. At that time, everybody was against me. They said, women will never defend themselves, and this idea will fail. I proved them wrong. Since the opening, we have trained and influenced more than 12,000 women all over Jordan and the Middle East. We have trained women in rural areas, Syrian refugees, women with disabilities, and many other women. We have organized seminars in harassment, sexual assault, domestic violence, and women's rights. We have expanded our studio from a small one to triple the size of the first one in only 2 years to get more girls interested in the training. You see, when training a woman, she will not only become physically strong, but she will also have confidence in herself that will help her get out of any traumatic situations that she had faced or might encounter in the future. I believe I'm lucky. I have received education, martial arts training, mentoring, and great support from my parents. Not all women have received the same rights that I had. Violence against women is a major issue in our societies. We don't want just to talk about it. We need to make tangible procedures to end it. SheFighter is one of the best tools we can use to put an end to violence against women. But we need to work together, men and women, side by side, to help end this issue. Let me share with you a story about the importance of self-defense in a woman's life. A girl named Lubna. So Lubna was training at SheFighter for 3 months. When she was heading toward the elevator in her own building, she got attacked by a stranger who attacked her inside the elevator. Of course, all girls get afraid from a big guy. So he was big, with muscles. He choked her, and he tried to rape her. Lubna was trained. She said, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't scream, I couldn't believe that's happening for me. First, you go through denial in attacking phase. You can't even breathe and yell for help. You have no one but yourself. So she said, he had like seconds to rape her before anybody would come. So she started pushing him and attacking him, but there were no voice. Until he was afraid to be caught because there were lots of noises, so he escaped the elevator. She got so angry and chased him to the streets. She asked some guys for help, and they managed to catch him. Then she started hitting him again on the face. Even when she told me on the phone, even when she was on the phone just telling me the story, she was so excited, like, hey, just, Lubna, can you just calm down? Why did you kick his, why didn't you wait to the police? And she said, I was so pissed off. How could he touch me? So she beat him up until he was crying, begging her to stop. She said, all the moves you trained me, I just put it in his face. And so, boom, boom. Of course, she was so happy because there were guys around her and like, yeah, I can do it. So she put charges against him in court. After the police came, maybe it took them half an hour or something. They were busy eating falafel or something, I don't know. So she put charges against him in court. He put charges against her for beating him up in the street. And she won the case. Now he's in jail for 3 years. So in a country like Jordan, other country, you barely hear these stories. You need to be prepared for the worst. I hope no one will ever face violence, but you need to start learning some self-defense techniques. I'm saying that for both men and women, because men get attacked as well. So I have faced some challenges. Perhaps you have in mind what's the challenges Lina has faced during her journey. Until now, we have been in business, like legal business, for about 4 years. So the first challenge coming from women. Women don't want to get out of their comfort zone. I'm more getting them out of the comfort zone, so they got so upset, like, oh no, women will never defend themselves. That's total bullshit, just get out of here. They are afraid. They are afraid to have a voice in society. They are afraid to stopping violence against women. They are afraid. I understand that, but it was really hard talking to them, convincing them in some self-defense sessions. It was really fun with teenagers. They always get excited. They're all around the place, like, yeah, we can beat that person up. Or like, my ex-boyfriend, I want to beat him up. Yeah. So usually Arab men, when I do that presentation in front of Arab men, they just get questions in mind and ask me at the end of the presentation, so are you going to teach my wife how to beat me up? I'm like, no, I'm not going to teach your wife how to beat you up. They're always worried that their wives will beat them up. I don't know why, but yeah. So another challenge coming from men themselves. They are in control of the society. They are more in leadership position, and they don't want women to have a voice. They don't want women to become leaders in our society, especially in the Middle East. They want to dominate and control our societies. I'm sure there's many other societies the same, right? So when women start speaking up, you start having some resistance coming from men. Another challenge we faced, I was training a girl at SheFighter for about 1 year. She got engaged and married to a lawyer. Suddenly, I got sued by a court by him. You know why? Because she used self-defense against him in one of the arguments. She punched him in the face. That's what she did. So suddenly they sue us as a company, like, you don't train women self-defense, and we're gonna sue you in court. So I had to deal with that legally. I hired a lawyer, and I said, that's not gonna stop me from doing what I'm doing. Even if you want my company to be shut down, I'm gonna do what it takes to keep that company running, because I'm helping other women as well. Let's talk a little bit. That's fun, yeah? Have you been harassed? Anybody get harassed here? Or are we only the people here getting harassed? So you want to share maybe what harassment like really was? Maybe funny, stupid?
Mine wasn't so much verbal as physical. I was in a karaoke bar down the road. It was great fun. But this Vietnamese man asked for a hug. And I was like, sure, I'll give you a hug. And he reached down and grabbed my bum and then tried to grab my crotch.
Yeah. So it's not verbal, it's sexual, yeah? So did you kick his...
I pushed him off me and ran away.
By the way, ladies, I'm going to be teaching you high heels defenses. So do you have high heels on? You're going to be really excited about it. Sorry, man, but So when you think about it, thank you first for sharing that. Usually, yeah, it's a clinch. Somebody getting really stick to you and try to clinch you or grab you and run. And they're mostly cowards. So we're going to talk about this. Let's do a little bit some training. Can I get some volunteers here on stage? Okay? Okay, so what's your name?
Francis.
Francis, look at the audience. So where are the weak points in Francis' body? You tell me. Where do you attack the most? Where do you strike the most? Eyes. You pop up the eyes directly, it's good. But you don't do, have you seen Indian movies? Yeah? So if they do usually like that, and you do, so let's do it. You do that, and I do that. So usually that's the best defense. Like, so that's usually Indian movies. Sorry, but so eyes. Where is next? Throat. I recommend you to go for the throat before that sensitive area here. Throat. Have you seen that hole here? Have you pushed inside? You get shocked, right? Like, I can't breathe. So if somebody is trying to choke you, choke me, the mic. So both fingers, you can just back the person off like that and put really hard. Or maybe if you have something better, like a pen. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, don't go violent, no. And so, Francis, right?
Yes.
Yeah, look at the audience again. What other areas? Oh, are you just cheating from the slide? Oh. I didn't know I write them down. That's my bad. So, throat, ears for balance, and that sensitive area here. But I always recommend throat. Go for the throat. Okay, so thank you. Have a round of applause for Francis. Before that, so let's do some training. Can I get man and a woman here? Okay, you both do. So we're gonna do the first self-defense technique is, or maybe Zena can help me in picking the audience. Oh, be careful. So you're not gonna kick his, behind back. They told me not to use bad words, so I'm trying. Oh my God, he's the tallest here or what? Did you give me? Are you like? Really? Okay. So that's good. She's really short and she's really tall. So I'm trying to figure out. Let's say the first attack usually happens is choking you. Why? Because he don't want your breath. He doesn't want you to call for help. So the first thing, either he put his hand on your mouth or choke you like that, or choke you both hands. If he's an expert, I'm not gonna teach you that. If he's an expert, he'll just go directly like that. But if he's not expert, he go with both hands, just choking. And this, you can get out of it. This, probably you have seconds before you pass out, okay? So let's stay with somebody unexperienced with, killing. Okay, so if you face each other, what's your name?
Clayton.
Okay. Clayton, he looks too friendly to be an attacker, but he has to be really, give me your wallet or something. How money do you have? Maybe she has $1 in her. Okay, so if he attacks her, grabbing her arm like that, what does she do? You see, exactly like she did that, it's like just physically goes with this reaction. That's totally not right, because his arms are really, really strong. She can't break off. So what's your name?
Jasper.
Jasper. She barely have any breath left. So if Jasper just lift her arm up, the right arm, Jasper, all the way up more, and just turn to this side and break down again. Okay, so up, rotate, yeah. And she already figured it out. She knows everything. Like, are you trained or something?
No, I've done one self-defense.
One self-defense class, that's good. That's awesome. Okay, give a round of applause for both. Let's do another training here. So can I get 2 people on stage? A man and a woman as well? Okay, a woman there. Maybe a man next to you or no? Yeah, okay, another tall guy. Why? Can we get... Hi. Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. Okay, she's pretty tall, which is good. Okay, you can take your heels off. Oh, no, don't take it. Okay, that's good. I told you we're going to do some training in high heels, right? Heels, ladies. Okay, you can model with them. You can use them as a self-defense weapon. They are the best in self-defense weapon. How? So let's say if you grab her from behind like that, we call it a bear hug. And if you can like hold her like that. Yeah, so you can grab. Okay, so if she lifts her leg all the way up between the legs, don't. Okay, with the heels on, or she hits him on the instep really hard with the heels on. You can do that if you want. No. Yeah, she can actually break his bones and hurt him really badly. So she's not going to do that right now. Another thing, let's say another technique, so you're facing him and he's standing there. She can take off her heels. You can take it off. Attack. Where do you want to attack? Wait. You can attack on the eyes, on the arms, with the heels on. So the heels, I don't wear heels. I don't know even how to walk with them. But you can use them as a self-defense weapon. If you have to run, take them off and start running. Maybe throw them on the attacker and run. So let's give them a round of applause. So let's do another, I don't know how much time do I have. I've been here for 2 hours maybe. They told me an hour and they have like, what? Why am I going to do with this? I'm kidding, I'm going home. And it's good that you're more energetic after the break, because in the Middle East, especially Arab men, after the break in conferences, they go home, all of them. So you're talking just to one person standing here, and that person is usually there because he has nothing to do. So like, where are the audience? And I'm glad that you are all here. So it's good, because they eat lots of meat. They have big, and they can't breathe. So they're like, oh, I'm done listening to this, speaking things. Okay, so we have some rules to share with all of you. One of them, this is business rules. Trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself, how are you going to convince others to trust you? You have to believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, have passion for something and do it, and make it happen. So first rule, believe in yourself. We have like 5 rules to just share with all of you. And that's not, that's not me flying, kicking somebody in the face. Yeah, that's me flying, but not kicking somebody in the face. Okay, another rule I actually do in my life is focus. You have to focus on only one problem and one solution. It means if you have lots of problems and lots of solutions, you're gonna fail. You have to have only one problem and focus on the solution and work really hard to get there. You can work by 3-4 years and it didn't work, I'm gonna shift to something else. I know lots of entrepreneurs and leaders who have like, oh, if it didn't this work, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna add this or that. That's called you are not focusing on one problem and on one solution. So please stay in focus. I always compare it to driving a car. Do you drive a car? When you drive a car, do you look all the way to the side at the people? Like that? So what's going to happen if you drive like that? If you look at competitors all the time, and like Facebook, you look at stalking other people, what happens? Sorry, but that's the truth. You lose focus on your own path, your own journey. You have to be focused, where are you heading? Maybe you don't see it, it's not clear, but the closer you get, the clearer it gets. Don't care about that person on the side. or that girl what she's wearing, or she looks prettier than you, or I don't know, okay? Focus on yourself, building your own skills, your own personality. It's gonna be hard at the beginning. It's exactly like learning how to drive a car, but it gets easier during the journey. If you keep looking at other people, what will happen? An accident will happen. You will lose focus. Everything will be broken. I can't say, okay. Do not be afraid to fail. All my time during my journey at SheFighter, I was always willing to fail and come back and work harder and harder. It's normal. They call it failure, but I don't call it failure. I call it experience. And from that experience, I learned a lot. I'm originally Palestinian. We are also refugees, but like my parents were refugees. But I mean, refugees are like more adapting in societies more than any other person inside the society. So they are more open, they are powerful, and they feel that they have to defend themselves in bad situations. So it's really nice to know that your day is going to be productive in some way. You're going to inspire these people, and you're going to really make somebody laugh one day, or that teenager, little girl felt like she can do it because you stood up in front of her and she saw you and she said like, yeah, I'm gonna beat that boy up if he tried to throw a rock at me again or he chased me in the street. So you feel you have done something, you have done a difference. So make sure your service or product is not just profit, like working on profit all the time. Money, money, money. Money comes, don't worry about it. Focus on yourself, focus on the cause, and then lots of projects. Like at SheFighter, since we started until now, we have done lots of training projects. Everybody wants to cooperate with us. Why? Because we have a good reputation. We are working really hard for these people, and they know that. We're not going to cheat anybody, or we're not fake. We're doing it with passion. And all my team as well. We have trained we have done in Armenia. Anybody in Armenia also? No? Okay. So we have done 1 year SheFighter in Armenia. It was really good as well. We have done in other countries. And we have about 100 trainers in Jordan, female trainer. Believe me, when I started, it was so hard to get one trainer. Just convince her or convince her parents to work at SheFighter. For them, why do you want to go in this? And it's hard, you're not going to get a husband. I'm like, but this is a job for her, and she's going to start empowering other people. They don't care about that. They care about what their daughter is doing and where exactly. Is it like a women empowerment studio? No. It's a gym? It's fine. But it's a women empowerment studio? No. I got sued once also. I get sued a lot, sorry, yeah. I'm used to it. I'm always in court, no. I got sued once by a school in Jordan. A school. That school, because all the teenagers, all the school students are coming to train at SheFighter after school time. And she said, the principal said, that's against religion. What you are doing, it's not for Muslims. And I told her, that's Islam. Because Islam, if we want to discuss a little bit religion, if you go back to history, women were fighters. Women were in the first rows in fighting and becoming soldiers and fighting for their countries. If you dig deeply in Islam. So it's not against religion. Women were fighters long time ago, but they become weak with time. Why? Because the society wanted them to believe so. They believe they are weak and they just shrink their sizes. But they are powerful. They don't know that. You know that, right? Women are powerful? Okay. We had many, how many time do I have, Zain? I always lose track of time. So we have many great achievements. One of them is we won the first place at the Women in Business Global Award that was held in the United Nations in Geneva. This award opened doors for us to start speaking about SheFighter internationally. So that award was really good. Another achievement you saw, you know him, President Obama? I was WhatsApping at that time. I'm like, oh, I'm in the White House. And suddenly, where's Lina? I'm like, oh. And I had lots of books on my lap, and I had to stand up, and everything fell apart. It was like a drama behind the scenes. But I managed to, stand for 2 minutes and just sit down, because I was just standing all the time, and everybody was clapping. It was an awesome experience. I don't know why he mentioned us, but he did. I'm really happy because, you see, my dad, when I started this business, he said, what are you doing in your life? Is that even a job? That's what he did. I'm like, just, I'm gonna ignore you right now. And after President Obama mentioned me, he's like, oh, look at my daughter. Look at her. Like she was mentioned by President Barack Obama. And he was invited to lunch because I was mentioned by President Barack Obama and I was not ever invited to that lunch. Like, oh, we're gonna invite your dad because you were mentioned by President Barack Obama. So usually parents take them some time to know that they are proud of you. They are weird, but we love them. That's life. You have, to love your parents, even if they're crazy. And my mom always on the phone socializing. She never heard of me. Once I was also mentioned by Obama, her phone even got like more phone calls. Like, can you talk to me? I want some support here. Like, oh wait, oh yeah, thank you, congratulate. Yeah, well, we're having a party at our house, and like they totally ignore me. It's a good push, it's a good motivation from your parents coming like that. It's really good. I really mean it. I'm happy they are acting this weird, so I'm really happy. I would like to conclude by saying, when life punches you in the face, you stand up and say, you punch like a baby. Thank you.
Hi, Lina. My name is Inka, and I'm a delegate from Nigeria. I know you have developed defense methods to solve physical violence. My question is, in the future, are you looking to develop other defense methods like technologies and perhaps solutions to other forms of violence like mental violence, especially for women who do not enjoy fighting?
Yeah. So we are always on, we have started this since Facebook done live stream. So we are having every day about 5 minutes of one training technique. So we get lots of audience watching those live streams. We have all the social media. We are so active on it. We didn't do an application yet, but we are planning to put technology a lot in it so we can spread our message and to have more trainers in different countries. To answer your question?
Not really. So in terms of technology,
Push-ups.
I mean, say like a button or something that can perhaps prevent women from like rape or something.
Oh yeah,
like
we do that. We do
ways.
that a lot in live stream, but sometimes we do in different languages because in the Middle East, some of them, they don't understand English. And when I do in English, I'm like, can you speak Arabic here? We don't understand anything. So I have to do it sometimes with different languages so people will get what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, microphone number 2, please.
Hi, my name is Jermaine and I'm from Singapore. So I've always thought that girls are strong, but when I get attacked, the first thing I ask myself is what I was wearing. I question my own, whether I was wearing something that was too revealing or not. So what do you think can be done to overcome deeply ingrained stereotypes that exist in more modern societies where women sometimes unknowingly subject themselves to these stereotypes as well?
You know what you're wearing has nothing to do with
Yeah, I know that, but yet that's the first question I ask myself because unknowingly I feel like some of my friends and I, we subject ourselves to these stereotypes.
Yeah, so I'll give you an easy technique. You wake up, talk to yourself to the mirror, like, hey, I look super sexy today. And really, it lifts up your confidence a lot. So you say to yourself what really, so you told me you get really bothered by people telling you what you're wearing.
No, so like I got assaulted, but then after the attack, the first thing I asked myself was, what was I wearing? Was it why that invited the attack?
Yeah, of course it has nothing to do with I know, but you have to start convincing yourself that these people are just saying stuff just to put my self-esteem down. I have to fight. Unfortunately, but all women have to fight in different countries. You have to fight sometimes people telling you something you don't like to hear, but you just don't let it inside your head. Just talk to yourself positively. Say, like I talk, like I'm really an odd person in Jordan, having this haircut, sometimes they tell me like, are you a man? You should be, why are you in the ladies' bathroom? So I get that a lot. It's normal. For me, I'm not pissed off from the country or the people. Even when imagine I'm talking to, Middle East about awareness sessions and I look like that, haircuts like a boy and act more like, like tough. They don't like it, but they never tell me anything. You know why? Because I have confidence in myself. So you have to start building confidence in yourself. Don't care about negative comments. Care about yourself only.
Okay, thank Thank
Good.
you.
We'll take a question from microphone number 3.
Hello, alright. Assalamualaikum and peace be upon all you guys. Alright, my name is Ame and I'm from Malaysia. So, firstly I want to thank you because sharing with us about martial art. I think that all the women should learn about martial art. That's the first thing. But the second thing is I want to share something that maybe a bit contradict. There's a verse in the Quran, the Holy. Yeah, I want to share. Yeah, we are different. I hope that we can accept our different diversity, right? So, O Prophet, tell your wife and your daughters and the women of the believers to bring down over their self, their part, their outer garment that is more suitable, that they will be known and not be abused, and ever is our forgiving and merciful. So, about your opinion on dress does not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think women should wear a decent clothes like that, so that men's, you're not inviting a bad man to you guys, right? So like I can say like nowadays you can see some advertisement selling a car, right? You're selling a car, but you are putting a girl with bikini beside the car. So are you selling the car or are you selling the girl?
Yeah.
That's
So-
some question first.
Yeah.
That's something. So
Can I? Yeah.
Excuse me,
Can I
one
answer?
question per person, please.
okay.
Yeah, because
so,
I forget questions easily.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just want to share my opinion that women should wear decent clothes,
Yeah.
so that there is
Okay.
no invite.
Excuse me, one question
Yeah.
Okay.
per
So I
person.
wanna
can
answer
you please
you.
just
Yeah.
explain what was the question?
So I believe, like, if you go to Egypt, they are harassing women wearing niqab and abay. You know
I
abay?
think
Yeah.
they're wearing niqab, but it's
Yeah.
not perfect.
So I believe women are free to wear whatever they want to wear.
No, I just guys, I just sharing my opinions.
I understand. I do understand, but believe me, it's culture. Like I've lived
Yeah, I
into.
don't force you to follow me. That I just sharing that.
Yeah,
I
and
think
it's
applicable.
everybody, like anybody's opinion. Okay.
One big round of applause, please.